Nothing like patience. There you are.
Ah,
Good
Ah,
afternoon again. The lovely young lady next to me is Denisha Victor. Denisha Victor is an MBA holder from the University of West Indies, specialized in innovation and entrepreneurship. 2017 Scotiabank Life Pitch Business Competition winner, entrepreneur, and founder of Coco, a natural hair store that provides a platform for other local female entrepreneurs to retail their products. Co-founder of Corfette Annual Natural Hair Expo. Well, good afternoon to you, Denisha.
good afternoon, Selwyn, and thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me. And let me just jump right into it. How do you prefer to be described by those close to you?
Ah, um, I'd like to think that I'm described as full of passion,
Hmm.
um, very strong-willed. If I decide that I'm doing something, I'm doing it. There's probably nothing anybody else can tell me. So I think those are the two things that I'd hope that they would say about me.
Where does this come from? This um, urge to do what you want when you have an idea, you just go jump right into it to do it.
I think a lot of it has to do with my family. A lot of the women in my family are very strong-willed, and so I guess growing up in an extended family home setting, you kind of just um, look on at your aunts, your mom, and kind of just develop that way. So I want to believe it has a lot to do with my upbringing.
I want to try something. Right now, the way you're positioned, your from your chin down is being cut off. Right. So let's see that looks much better. And if you can pull the screen in a little close, not close, like if you're about to close it, that's it. Go. Awesome. So we're really interested in talking about Coco. What is Coco, and how did it all begin?
Okay, so Coco is a natural hair store, and it started on the 20th of August 2016. So it's just a year old. And one of the reasons why I started Coco is because I started my own natural hair journey in the same year. And of course, in Guyana, you couldn't find all the products that you saw on the YouTube videos. And because I really wanted that, I decided, you know what, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should try to bring in products and sell it. Because if I'm experiencing the problem finding products, then I'm sure other women who are on the similar journey are experiencing the same problem. And so that's one of the reasons why I decided to start.
Okay. We know the whole thing about black women, black men going natural, and some of the stigma that's attached to it, and people sometimes societies or segment of the society pushing back on the natural hair. Uh, were you faced with some of these challenges when you first started? People
Oh
telling you
boy,
what?
was I faced with these challenges. Um, it was difficult. I remember times when even my own family would be like, "Is you going with your hair like that?" Or colleagues would be like, "So what is the plaid? What are you doing with it?"
Uh-huh.
And in my head, I'm like, "This is what I'm doing with it. Just this." So yes, I faced a lot of that, and unfortunately, it's still very prevalent.
Mhm.
But I hope that um, with Coco and other natural hair stores, as well as the expo, that will eventually change.
So, are you glad you went down that route?
Yes, I am. I mean, some days it's not easy,
Mhm.
but it's very liberating to just really embrace your hair as it is and not feel as if you have to depend on chemicals or weave or whatever the case is, but that you can just be beautiful in your natural state. I think that's the one thing that I love the most about the journey.
What has been your greatest surprise so far?
With the store, I think one of the surprise is definitely, of course, even with the logo. Initially, when I thought about Coco, I did not consider guys, sadly, but they are, they're not a large percentage, but they quite a few men care a lot about their hair, and I think it still surprises me to this day. So sometimes if I have a male customer, I'm like treating him as if he doesn't know anything about any of these products, and they're telling me stuff. And so I think that's one of the biggest surprise, how much men have developed an interest in their hair and what it looks like.
What is one of your satisfactions having started down this road and the reaction that you're getting from that particular community? What is one of your greatest satisfactions?
Two things. Um, when customers come back and they're like, "Oh, girl, I tried what you said, and my hair is finally doing this," or and you see them beginning to enjoy it.
Hmm.
I've had many times when customers are just frustrated because, of course, having your natural hair, it's as much as it's the hair that you're born with. For many of us, it's new. I had my first relaxer when I was 6, and then my hair fell off, and then I had it again when I was 12. So for more than half of my life, the only thing I knew was straight hair. So, like many of the customers, they are now trying to learn and appreciate and be comfortable with their hair. So, seeing that is definitely one of the things that I love. And the second thing is the fact that although I sell international products, I do provide a space for women that make products locally. And to know that I can encourage entrepreneurship in other women is one of the things that I absolutely love about Coco.
Well, what are some typical questions you get asked? Let's say two typical questions you get asked about natural hair.
As in from women that have natural hair, or from people who are just curious and don't necessarily understand.
Thank you for reflecting that question at me. Let's go with the first. For women that have natural hair, what's the typical question you get asked?
I think the most women in Guyana, we're concerned about dryness and how our hair feels dry. So that's one of the questions that we get a lot at the store, and we try to encourage women with various methods to ensure that their hair is kept moisturized. Of course, because of our climate, that's going to be a common problem
Can you
in
share
Guyana.
one? Can you share one? Can you share one of the advice for keeping the hair moist? Or is
So
that a trade
one
secret?
one of the things that we tell women to do is what is called the lock method, and it's LOC, which is liquid, oil, and cream.
Mhm.
And basically, you apply products in that order while your hair is wet. Then you put a little bit of oil, and then you put something that is heavier that will seal the moisture in your hair. So if you just use one product, it's likely your hair is likely still gonna feel dry after you've been in the sun or been at work for a couple of hours. So that's the one thing that we recommend that women use in order to keep moisture in their hair.
Okay. So, MBA holder from the University of West Indies. How much of a role you believe your education, uh, having an MBA, played in your approach to your business?
Um, to be honest, doing your MBA and then getting into business,
Uh huh.
I sometimes feel like it's two completely different things. Um, and so I would really encourage anyone who wants to go down the path of entrepreneurship to, just get your feet wet, just get into it, because um, doing your MBA, it's really not the same having that practical experience.
Hmm.
But of course, I think having the MBA, I am able to maybe make certain connections and treat my customers in ways that I may not have if I didn't, but I really do feel like it's sort of separate in some ways.
I want to try this question another way because I'm curious. You would have learned certain things in academia. What do you think you might consider before launching a business or consider as a businesswoman that someone who may not have done an MBA or exposed to some of the principles that you will learn in an MBA may not consider?
I guess one thing would be conducting a feasibility study. Of course, any business that you get into, you have to consider whether that business is going to be sustainable. And so that's one of the things that you definitely have to consider. And then, of course, marketing. How you market your business has a lot to do with what you're going to expect. And so I think those are possibly the two, I mean, they go hand in hand, but those are two of the things that I would say I would have gained from my MBA.
How is business?
Pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Business is surprisingly pretty good, even though, a lot of people complain about the economy, but I do find that business has been good. Of course, um, it has it has its ups and downs like any other business, but I honestly cannot complain.
What do you think are some of the factors that might contribute to you being successful?
Definitely, I think despite everything, women want to look and feel good,
Hmm.
and a part of that has to do with the way in which their hair looks. And there has been, not only in Guyana, but worldwide, there has been a movement of women who are returning to their natural hair. So I really believe that those are two of the factors. That despite everything that's happening, women want to feel good, they want to look good. And then, of course, the movement is just gaining amazing momentum. And that, of course, has helped Coco to be successful.
How much does attitude play a part?
I believe that attitude is everything. From when you are, one of the things that I've learned about being in business is that you have to do everything. You are your cleaner, you are your stock taker, you are everything. And so you really have to have a good attitude about about your business, because there are gonna be hurdles. But then of course the other side of it is, the way in which you treat your employees, the way in which you treat your customers has a lot to do with whether you're going to get repeat sales.
Were there any times when you feel like you didn't feel like doing this anymore? You wanted to throw in the towel, you wanted to pull your hair out. Um, did you have those moments, and how did you overcome them?
Definitely wanting to pull your hair out. I think at least every month you're faced with some another trial. But I think what really helps is many times customers would message the page, and you'll be able to provide some type of advice that really propels me to
Mhm,
move forward.
mhm. You're standing in a room with some young would-be entrepreneurs, and they're asking you questions about entrepreneurship and about the business. What are three things you will tell them right off the bat? Three advice.
I would definitely tell them that, first of all, don't take things personally. That's one thing that I've had to learn. Even when it comes to competition, sometimes when you observe what's happening in the market, especially with your competitors, you might feel as though it's sort of a personal attack. So That's one thing. Don't take things personally. Try to understand that it's really all about your business. And maybe that something just is not necessarily a direct hit on your business, but it's maybe just grooming you for something else. So that's one. Two, it would be I think people oftentimes tell you about how glamorous it is to own your own business, but
Hmm.
it's hard work. You have to be committed to it in order for it to work. And the last one is, just get your feet wet. I one of the regrets that I sort of had is that I didn't do this much earlier. Um, a lot of times, especially coming from Black homes, we're told don't take a risk. You need to be careful. Just go to school, find a job. You're oftentimes told that. And while yes, it's important to listen and to consider perspectives from your family members, your very close friends, it is also very important to listen to that voice that tells you, do this, this is going to work. So, yes, those are the three things that I would tell young entrepreneurs.
2017, Scotiabank Live Pitch Business Competition winner. For those who do not know, what is it really, and what does it say to you as a young entrepreneur that you won that competition?
So the Scotiabank Vision Achievers Live Pitch is similar to I think it's ABC series Shark Tank, where you basically pitch your business idea,
Hmm.
and votes are tabulated based on public response. But I think one of the things that really sets the Scotiabank Vision Achiever Live Pitch competition apart from that is that you undergo training for 3 months, and training was provided by Action Coach. And if nothing else, the training was really amazing. You really got to sit in a room with other entrepreneurs and share your experience, learn from them, of course, learn from the amazing team. So you you cannot lose by signing up for that competition. Even if I didn't win the competition, with everything that I gained from it, I felt like the competition wasn't over, and I felt like I was a winner.
But
Um,
why do you think you won in particular?
well, aside from the fact that I'm very competitive, I put in the work. I listened.
Uh-huh.
I ensured that I did my business plan. And of course, I kind of forgot this earlier, but one of the things that I would have learned from my MBA, or one of the things that I would have gained from completing an MBA, is the fact that you do have to do a business plan. And so I would have done business plans before that I was able to use to my advantage while in the competition, because you do have to complete a business plan as well as pitch and defend your business to judges. And of course, passion and my passion for my business also propelled me to winning the competition.
Mhm. Um, Tell us about Corfet and how it got started.
All right, so Curl Fet is an initiative by myself and my very good friend Tamika Henry. And we really wanted a day where women with natural hair can just have fun. And so in October 2016, that was the very first year, and we were taken by surprise, the response. Um, and it's really, I read a blog from someone after the event, and she was like, this is like Sunday fellowship. It's such a feel good event. I'm talking to you and talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. But it really is an amazing event. it has been in other parts of the world, and we felt the need to have a similar type of event here in Guyana, not only for women to celebrate their hair, because there aren't that many events in our country where people can just celebrate themselves.
Hmm.
And so we felt like it was a different type of entertainment, and it was also the opportunity to promote other small businesses. It is an expo, and so many businesses come and they launch, or they just set up shop and they advertise their products. So yeah, so that's why we decided to have Curl Fest. This the second event was in October again, and of course we're super excited about Curl Fest 3.
Congratulations. I get the sense that you are building a community among naturalists and providing a platform for other local manufacturers. Is this accurate?
Yes, that is one of the things that I am, outside of being an entrepreneur, I am a part of the Rotaract Club of Georgetown Central.
Hmm.
And so I love community service, and I feel like creating other entrepreneurs is one way in which we I can definitely contribute to the development of my country. And so it's very dear to my heart. There are so many other things that I'd love to do, especially women. I think that it's important for us to take that bold step and get involved into business.
Time time is on us, and so I just have a few more questions for you. Who's your biggest cheerleader?
Um,
Did I put you on the spot?
I have quite a few.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. That's a good
Yeah.
answer. If yeah, go ahead.
That, pardon me?
No, go ahead if you wish to answer. I mean,
Definitely my mom,
mhm.
but I also have my aunts who are extremely supportive, as well as my boyfriend. I was just getting a pep talk before I came on here, and so my family, my friends, I really do. I really am blessed with amazing people, and so I think all of them are my
If
cheerleaders.
you were to be sitting in front of me 5 years from now, discussing your accomplishments, what are two accomplishments you would like to share?
Personally, I think a family of my own.
Hmm.
But business wise, I want to be able to share with you that I've made an impact on the lives of many women, and I've supported many women with their business and developing them. I also, of course, want to continue to help my customers. Um, Another location, another branch of Coco, possibly another business. I really hope that it's a very long list of things that I'm able to share with you. But at the top of that list is making an impact.
Thank you. Thank you, Denisha. Have a good evening. I said, have a good evening.
Oh, have a good evening, Simon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.